Hi Aquarius, this is going to be your general reading in regards to are you guys psychic? I'm actually super excited to do this reading because I love you guys. You guys are my favorite fixed sign. I really feel like you guys are like the top 3 zodiac signs that like really are in touch with your gifts. So I'm really curious as to see what gifts you guys have and where you guys are at on the psychic journey. I keep saying in all the videos, like, let's see if you guys are psychic, and if so, what gifts you guys have. I feel like I can't even ask that. Like, I feel like we know you're psychic. So yeah, I feel like the psychic journey is a hard one. I am going to say that. Maybe you guys feel that way too, just because you guys are ruled by Saturn and Uranus, because the original ruler for you guys is Saturn and the original rulers still hold true. So it still applies. It's like you guys are a combo deal. I'm always going to say that. So I don't know if you guys feel restricted in some type of way with your gifts, or you guys restrict yourselves. Maybe there's like a back and forth energy in some type of way. I don't know. But yeah, I almost feel like, I don't even know if I have to give my schmeal, but basically what I've been saying in all the other videos is that for me personally, I feel like the psychic journey has been not an easy one, just because, we're talking about the 12th house. The 12th house in astrology is Pisces energy, and the planet that rules Pisces is Neptune. And this is where our psychic gifts come from. But also, this is that house that can be, what's real and what's not. And with psychic gifts, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that what we may be experiencing is not always a psychic experience, especially if we're not well balanced. If we have more masculine energy or more feminine energy, so if we're more inclined to lean towards ego, or more inclined to lean towards our emotions instead of inclined to be in the center, remain grounded in situations, how can you decipher what it is and interpret what it is you're seeing and channeling? And if your emotions are all out of whack, then it's like you may not be, things you may be seeing may not be psychic, but maybe just messages from spirit. Because if you think about it, when people meditate and they open their third eye, that doesn't mean they're psychic. Everybody can open their third eye. Everybody has access to that. That's been proven. That's a thing. But that doesn't mean that what people are seeing is that they can tap into other people's energy. It's when people are able to tap into source energy and their own energy. There's a difference. And when you're tapping into that, it can get, it just depends where you're at. It's just like when, you think of a breakup and you're really upset and people are trying to give you grounded advice, and it's like you just don't want to hear anything. It's kind of like that. Source is always trying to give you messages, but you're not understanding those messages, or you think you are, but your ego is all out of whack, or your emotions are all out of whack. So yeah, anyway, let's get to it. Are you guys psychic? If so, what gifts do you guys have? Let's get to it. I can't tell if I'm seeing you guys with a telescope or a huge microphone. I feel like it's a microphone that somebody's taking out, but there's a message in regards to what it is you're able to talk about, and I can't help but feel like it's about divine, like source, information from source, because the direction this microphone was in was towards the cosmos, which made me think it was a telescope. but somebody takes it out. So here's the thing, you guys are ruled by Saturn, okay? But yet at the same time, I feel like you guys have it rough because it's almost like contradicting energies, right? Uranus is the rebel, one of many energies that Uranus represents, and then Saturn is restricting that. So it's like you guys may restrict yourselves from how you rebel in this life at times, and psychic gifts is considered, I guess, by society standards to rebel. It's not, but you know, whatever. Whatever. I feel like the things you speak of come from higher wisdoms, and the things you see, you're able to understand deeper meanings too. And it all comes from divine insight. You may see yourself in situations and in people, and you're able to easily reflect and understand the situation better. So I'm gonna open my eyes for a second. So I feel like most people, and that means you're a humanitarian, which is what you guys are. You guys rule the 11th house. So you guys are naturally humanitarians, right? You guys can tap into other people's energy, right? This is exactly what I'm seeing. It's so Aquarius. This is what I mean. I hate to sound so typical in my videos about you guys, but it's like I just feel some kind of way, and I'm gonna be honest about it. So I feel like a majority of people in this world, it's not that they're surface level. That's not what I mean with what I'm about to say, but it's that when they see a situation as an outsider and they're looking in, they seem to judge a situation very easily, and they seem to judge it based off of what it may look like. I just consider that surface level because I feel like I can't do that. I have to go deeper than that. I have to ask questions, and that's mainly because of the balance of Libra energy. I'm a rising Libra. Also Aries, we fight for justice. So with you guys, it's like you're kind of very similar that way, where it's like you can't just go into a random outside situation and be like, oh yeah, this person's right and this person's wrong. Like, you guys would never do something like that. You guys intuitively tap into, listen, I know this is how it may look, but this is actually what this person means. Like, you guys are able to see beyond what things may look like. It's like, I don't know, like, for example, sometimes this has happened to me, not often enough, but randomly, where like I've cut the line, like a long ass line in a store, and oh my God, you want to see people cut their heads off, like willing to cut your head off real quick. Like, this is what I mean this is why I feel like that quote is a quote, like, never judge a book by its cover. Something may look a certain way, like somebody may look like they're trying to get away with something or do something intentionally, because how can they not see the line? Because sometimes people go into a store with a specific mission to go in and out, to get one product or two products, go in and out, because I don't know, like me personally, I get anxiety. So I'm like, I just want out. So I'm not really looking all around the store. So I'm missing that line around the corner, and I'm just seeing the first three people, and I'm going behind the three people. And then when you have that one asshole that's like, hey, get in the back of the line. It's like, why do you have to approach a situation like that? You know, there's ways to go about it diplomatically without automatically accusing somebody of doing something wrong. You know, it's like you can act that way if you want to, once you realize that person knows what they're doing. You don't technically know, and I'm not saying people aren't out there doing shit like that. I've witnessed that before too. I'm like, those people are assholes. But there's also innocent people too. Some people really don't realize things like that. They're not looking. And then you got closed-minded individuals that still don't care, will still yell at that person and be like, well, she should open her eyes. That is so fucking stupid. So it's okay for somebody to scream and yell and banter just because somebody else didn't see that there was a whole line. Nobody was hurt. Nothing else happened because somebody spoke up. Somebody could still speak up and use diplomacy. You see what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people that do that shit on the daily and won't think twice about it. And it's like, you don't need to do things like that. So it's like, you can randomly come into a situation and be like, no, I don't think she really knew. You know, something like that. You guys are able to tap into that. And you'll actually be able to see the truth behind the situation because you're getting divine insight, divine knowledge. What gifts does Aquarius have? What gifts don't you guys have? Oh, and by the way, like, because when I heard that I was a humanitarian, I was like, I don't think so. But that's a humanitarian things, being humanitarian doesn't mean like, and if you guys already know this, then great, good for you. I always used to think it meant going to third world countries and like trying to help people out or helping out, trying to help the world. But little things like that, helping out strangers is contributing to the world. Because you don't know the domino effect that you're creating. It's a ripple effect. You just don't see it play out. And that's also karma, like good karma. What gifts does Aquarius have? What gifts does Aquarius have? I feel like you guys are kind of like the Fool in Tarot. Able to take but not necessarily like the Fool in Tarot. It's a little different. It's like, even in the dark, you guys know how to move. So even if you get yourself in a new situation, a new experience, you kind of just like you let your intuition guide you. So let's say you're in a dark room, it's kind of like you actually have like a lantern with you. Even if you really don't, it's like you do. So even when you feel like you don't know what to do in situations and connections and relationships, you actually kind of do. You intuitively know what to do. Whether it's to stay away or to reconnect or to do specific things. And I feel like Spirit does this because I'm seeing Spirit like blindfold you guys in the dark. I feel like you guys even have a mouth mask on. So maybe it's because you guys do, I'm gonna open my eyes. You guys, I used to deny this about you guys, but yeah, I guess it's true. You guys do have ego. You guys do have an ego. So I feel like when you guys get yourselves into these situations where you don't know what to do and it makes you uncomfortable, it's to make you intentionally uncomfortable to bring you back down to earth. Maybe you guys say things or do things at times based off of ego, and it's like maybe it gets a little out of hand. I feel like, me personally, I've never witnessed anything too crazy with you guys. However, yeah, it definitely exists. Like, I see it to a certain extent. I'm going to be honest, as a rising Libra, we do, when we like a certain energy, we kind of are nicer about it. But I really don't feel like, I don't know, I've never seen, yeah, I guess you guys can be cocky. Okay, so let's see the cards and then let's channel again. Spring, challenging times, Palestinian, think. So remember how I was telling you, like, I feel like you get divine, you get information from source, from the divine. Like, you get intuitive hits, you get downloads. And I feel like this helps you help other people in situations as an outsider. Like, bring light into a situation. When I think of spring, like, I think of, isn't it, it's the winter, well, like, as if I don't know all these years of living. It's winter to spring, so it's kind of like dark to light. And I feel like that's what this is symbolic of. This is what you guys do. Palestinian, I believe in Greek astrology, this is Mars's sister. Don't quote me, but so she's got that I believe that fighting aspect, but like, I believe with her mind. So it's like you guys want to fight for the people. Again, it's like a humanitarian thing you guys have. Wood, heal, Taurus, cultivate. Well, I know you guys are healers, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm beginning to forget what I channeled, so I'm gonna channel this again. Sorry. What is this about? What gifts do you guys have? So what I'm seeing is a bunch of light, and what I'm seeing is, like, in your mind, this is that energy of when you know well, first off, I'm definitely getting several messages. Like, I'm seeing that are you guys psychic? Yeah, but I'm seeing that there's that humanitarian thing again, that you guys are healers, healing so many people, that you guys are on your path in some type of way. But this is that situation when you know to walk away from situations, to, it's like you intuitively know like how to handle a situation, like to give people space or to walk away. Well, that's the same thing, really. But you just know how to, I'm trying to think of how to, like if something happens in your life, you know how to fix it intuitively, whether it's by reaching out to that person or by saying the right thing or by doing the right thing. It could be, you know, Taurus rules the second house. It could be material things. It could be spending. It could be the things people value in their life. And you know intuitively what people value. Like, you know the right things to say and do to make people feel good. Even when this comes to your own personal life, not just healing people, because I see that you're on this path in your life and there's tons of people on the left, tons of people on the right, and I see just so much light, like that you really are this humanitarian and you're helping people. And then these cards take on a new message where in your personal life, when things happen, like when there's smoke, there's fire, it's like you intuitively know how to cultivate the situation, how to bring love to it, how to bring Venus to it, Venus energy, because Venus rules Taurus. Entwined, lead, Leo. What did I say? So I was picking up on ego with you guys. So in the dark, I feel like, okay, so 4, I think of stability, and I feel like you guys get yourselves in these situations at times, which is all intentional. Entwined. I feel like when you guys get in these situations that you feel like uncomfortable in, where you feel like, whether it's a new experience, whether it's a new job, a new class you signed up for school, or a new friendship, or you're reconnecting with a family member or reconnecting with a friend, and you kind of don't know, like maybe that person's energy, or if it's shaky, or is this job gonna work out? So that energy is like, you don't know, right? Like, so you're walking into the dark and you're not feeling fully confident, okay? So it's intentional to take you out of this Leo energy, because you may get, so it's funny, I feel like it's 2 messages. You may get full of yourself at times, and I don't mean that in a mean way. I really don't. You guys are really you guys are my only favorite fix. Sorry. But so it's like spirit intentionally blindfolds you so you can navigate better. You can navigate your energy better, like get it balanced again, because it may get imbalanced. And at the same time, I almost feel like Spirit puts you in these situations to get you confident again. So I think it really depends on the situation, that the point that you're at in life when you get in these 2 different situations where maybe you're lacking in confidence, and you may get yourself in these situations where you don't know what to do. And then when you pull yourself out, you acknowledge it and you're super confident about it, because you're like, I did that. And honestly, that would be an Aquarius thing to do, where it's like, you guys didn't even ask for help. Like, you guys did it. And you know exactly what I mean by that. And then the other spectrum to it is like, I think sometimes you get too much in that Leo energy, because you guys do, it's funny, it's like Aquarius and Leo, they're like, they're opposites, they're opposition energy, but at the same time, it's like, there's similarities at the end of the day as well. So I feel like when you guys get too much in your Leo energy, when it's unstable, and you guys probably notice this too, and this is because of your genius energy, and you guys always, you guys do. You guys acknowledge your genius energy, but you know, for a good reason. But maybe you just get a little too much with it. And it's like Spirit's like, okay, put the blindfolds on them. Put them in the situation right now. So based off of intuition, it's like you're able to get yourself out of these situations and guide yourself through. And it at times gives you the confidence you need. And at other times it balances you out and it brings you back down to earth. There we go. Ooh, that was a little difficult. Hopefully that made sense. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. All right, bye guys.